Meghan Markle posted a bizarre video on her social media yesterday, which sent several people into absolute meltdown. It is the cringiest, most uncomfortable piece of tape I've seen in a long time. I'm sorry, but I'm going to make you watch it.
1 month, 2 month, 3 month, hit the baby mama when I'm stepping through the door.
She's
yeah, I'm pregnant,
supposedly 9 months pregnant in the hospital room, dancing with a big belly.
She's come to turn him into a Kardashian.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, listen, they're already so popular. All they need to do is start endorsing fucking makeup lines and sneakers and watches and shit. Next thing you know, Jed's a millionaire.
Yeah, well, she's got a massive following on Instagram, which I suspect she wants to
start profiting.
Monetize that thing.
Well, how much do you think they make? Find out how much they make.
No amount of humanizing videos, even if she managed to find one, are going to work. You know, if you actually are a good person, you don't show up at the Uvalde mass school shooting and put yourself on camera and make it about you. You don't see photo op when you see dead children, which she did. So spare us the attempt.
Oh, you're not ready for this. Meghan Markle just dropped a dance so bizarre, so spectacularly cringeworthy, it made Buckingham Palace tremble. And yes, even the stone-faced royal guard broke formation. That's how bad it was. Enter Megyn Kelly and Joe Rogan circling like vultures at a PR disaster buffet. One labeled it a spiritual meltdown, the other called it performance art for the delusional. Either way, it was less choreography and more a full-body SOS. Was it an artistic expression or a silent scream from a Duchess in distress? We may never crack the royal code, but one thing's certain. This viral moment has more raw discomfort than Prince Harry seated next to a Windsor at Christmas dinner. Strap in, because this isn't just awkward, it's royal wreckage caught in 4K.
She spreads her legs, she hikes her dress, she circles her genitals around and around. Okay, this is deeply problematic on a number of levels. Number one, here's the problem. We don't like you, Meghan Markle. We don't like you.
Meghan Markle has officially broken the internet, and not in a good way. Just when the world thought she'd peaked in public humiliation, the self-proclaimed Duchess of Drama spun her way into a full-blown digital catastrophe. Her latest dance fiasco? A train wreck of twirls and flailing limbs that made your drunk uncle's wedding moves look like a Broadway finale. If embarrassment were a paid gig, Meghan just cashed in every medal, trophy, and Lifetime Achievement Award, plus a cease and desist letter from the Concept of Grace.
South Park rules.
They fucking rule.
They went at Harry and Meghan.
She's suing
and
them.
they're trying to sue him. It's like, don't
what
fucking
you're suing South Park.
kick that hornet's nest. Do
Really?
not.
Well, you know what's going on. Someone wanted a lot of attention, and now they got it.
That was the whole episode.
That was the ep.
Yeah.
That was the premise.
Is that what it
They're
was?
like, we want privacy, and they keep going on every magazine.
Be a regular person.
Yeah.
Go get a job in an.
Somewhere deep in Montecito, a PR team is likely in full meltdown mode, desperately trying to spin Meghan Markle's latest interpretive disaster. Because yes, she's back at it, twirling like she's auditioning for a parody ad that even SNL would reject. Not since Prince Harry's infamous fruit juggling for Oprah moment has the royal cringe factor hit such dizzying heights. And who swoops in for the kill? None other than Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly, the savage tag team of Did She Really Just Do That? Takedowns. If Meghan's moves were a cry for help, these two delivered the eulogy with sarcasm, spice, and zero mercy.
And no amount of posting videos that you think are going to humanize you will make us like you. You've already shown us your true colors. We know who you are. You helped kill the queen. You didn't give two shits about calling the royal family racist while Prince Philip was on his deathbed and casting aspersions on him. You have completely undermined all the amazing gifts that this family has given you as nothing and suggested that they didn't care you were suicidal and they were the ones who drove you there.
Let's talk about the dance, if you can even call it that. Picture a washed-up theater kid crashing a flash mob after 3 espressos and a midlife identity crisis. Now subtract the talent and add a heavy dose of royal delusion. That's the vibe Meghan served, flinging herself into viral shame with the confidence of someone who once saw a TikTok and thought, nailed it. Her arms thrashed like she was swatting ghosts mid-panic attack, while her legs looked like they were trying to stage a silent protest against coordination. If rhythm had a restraining order, Meghan just violated it on camera.
Well, I'm a little upset with Prince Harry, but other than that, it's working out really well.
Are you mad that he left the throne or whatever the fuck he did?
No, I mean,
Doesn't it make sense?
Well, it probably makes sense because, I don't know that he's the sharpest tool in the box, and he's probably thinking we can make a lot more money but they're not supposed to make any money off of being a member of the royal family, and yet they've trademarked apparently sort of their brand.
One glance at that video, and people were convinced it was a glitch in the simulation, or some new therapy Meghan made up on the spot. Because what else do you call a duchess twirling in linen like she's auditioning for So You Think You Can Embarrass Yourself? Megyn Kelly didn't just roast her, she flambéed her. Meghan got the full spin cycle: sarcasm, shade, and a petty popcorn setting. When your whole persona is freedom from royalty, but your moves scream chakra crisis, you're not reinventing royalty, you're turning it into satire. This wasn't just cringe, it was designer-grade, handcrafted humiliation. Meghan's spin around the soul-searching carousel is less rebirth and more identity freefall.
Meghan, there. Is that a real baby bump, or has she strapped it on? Because
really weird.
She's got form for strapping on baby bumps. So what do you think as you see it? I think
there's something very wrong with that shape, in my view. I don't know. Look, I'm mesmerised, but I'm kind of sick. Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, I'm glad the Queen is no longer with us, because, oh my Lord, how she would be shuddering at those images. It's so undignified.
And let's be real, she wanted this to be deep. You could practically smell the self-importance. Meghan probably imagined herself as some enlightened feminist oracle, summoning ancient goddess energy while moving like a buffering avatar stuck in a Wi-Fi dead zone. But the only thing she truly summoned? The collective eye roll of the internet. Megyn Kelly didn't just clap back, she held a full-blown sarcasm seance. Her laughter echoed through every pixel, and the roast was so precise, her keyboard deserves hazard pay. This wasn't criticism. It was a glitter-soaked funeral for Meghan's credibility, complete with jazz hands and cold, hard reality as the officiant. Then came Joe Rogan, treating the footage like a crime scene. He examined every awkward flail with the grim focus of a man trying to decode alien footage. Meghan's chaotic movements didn't just confuse him, they violated his primal sense of balance. It was less spiritual awakening, more cult retreat turned hostage tape. And Joe? He didn't wax poetic. He just asked the only question that matters. Why? Not metaphorically, just why? The brutal truth? Meghan still thinks she's the heroine of a personal reinvention saga. But to the rest of us, this is a tone-deaf soap opera with bonus cringe choreography and a Spotify rejection framed like an award.
Like the gross disrespect to the intimacy and privacy of marriage and childbirth. There are some moments that are supposed to be between a husband and a wife only. And the moments before you give birth to your child is one of them, when you are together in that room and your child is coming. And maybe you do have a fun moment. This is not how I spent my moments before giving birth, but maybe you do have a fun moment, but it's private. It's actually holy.
Let's not lose sight of the obvious. This is the same Meghan Markle who begged for privacy, then treated every media outlet like an open mic night for her personal saga. And when the audience stopped clapping, she cranked out a dance routine, hoping we'd confuse frantic movement with meaningful transformation. This wasn't just a misstep. It was a full-on tactical strike of cringe, a meticulously choreographed PR meltdown wrapped in silk pants and delusion. And honestly, the dance wasn't even the worst offense. It was the smug grin, that overly rehearsed I'm so liberated expression, like she'd finally broken up with reality and couldn't wait to Instagram it. She moved like someone who skimmed an article on emotional release through movement at an airport lounge and thought, "This is my new brand." Meghan, it's not empowerment. It's interpretive flailing with a side of denial. At this stage, you could toss her into a shipping crate and she'd still spin it into a TED Talk about reclaiming her narrative. And that's exactly what Megyn Kelly tore to shreds, with surgical sarcasm. She didn't just critique the dance, she dismantled the delusion, the forced enlightenment, the staged vulnerability, and the absurd idea that Meghan's awkward gyrations were anything more than a lawn sprinkler in existential crisis.
Yes, here's my point. They can do whatever the fuck they want, but it would have been nice if they told their grandmother so that she didn't have to find out about it on the news. I thought that was kind of a
The Queen?
spotted dick move, but yeah.
Spotted dick.
Yeah.
The Queen.
The Queen.
She found out on Twitter. Has Prince Harry left the throne?
That is a remarkably accurate
Thank you.
voice.
I've worked hard at it.
She's so she found out on TV, but they want to be financially independent. They trademarked the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in a variety of different ways, apparently, and she's going to go back to doing whatever she did. And
It's that little American hussy she's hooked up.
Meghan didn't just get dragged, she got airmailed humiliation with a return receipt. Megyn Kelly wrapped the roast in deluxe sarcasm, slapped on a glittery "bless your heart," and shipped it first class to Montecito. And if Meghan thought this interpretive flop would silence critics, she misread the room harder than ever. It didn't shut down the hate, it fueled it like jet fuel on a dumpster fire. That dance wasn't a mic drop, it was a full-blown collapse. Mic down, camera tipped, emotional breakdown cued. And yes, somehow colonialism got name-dropped before the credits rolled. And Joe Rogan, the man known for gorilla metaphors and DMT tangents, suddenly became the voice of clarity. He took one look at Meghan spiraling into interpretive nonsense and just gave the universal gym teacher headshake of shame. When Joe Rogan is your compass of reason, it's time to unplug, sip water, and reflect on your life choices. As for the internet, chaos. Twitter devolved into a gladiator pit of one-liners and meme warfare. TikTok turned her twirling into a viral safety hazard. Instagram influencers were doing slow-mo breakdowns like they were analyzing classified footage from a failed secret op. But Meghan, in full delusion mode, probably believes she ignited a cultural revolution. She's likely drafting the press release now, introducing Duchess Flow TM, coming soon with a book deal, a voiceover meditation, and a candle that smells like self-delusion with a hint of lavender. All wrapped in buzzwords like empowerment, authenticity, and the classic Meghan Markle translation for it all. Please, for the love of God, clap.
She's reportedly bullied virtually everybody who's ever worked for her. She can't keep a staff in London. She can't keep a staff in Montecito. She's a bully. She's obsessed with her own ego, face on television, etc., and playing the victim. And for her to need to make it into an ego trip, which she's clearly doing. Look at me dancing. I'm still fun and I'm sexy and I have this great marriage. And here's Harry being like a normal guy. Is disrespectful, I think, to the moment, to the child, and truly to like the sanctity of what goes on for any humans who are actually in that situation. She's drunk on her own ego.
Let's rewind the chaos reel, shall we? This is the same Meghan Markle who ghosted her bloodline, torched Buckingham Palace with conspiracy claims, and waged war on morning news like it personally offended her chakras. And now, she wants us to believe she's just some whimsical earth goddess twirling for peace? Get real. That wasn't liberation. It was a slow-motion breakdown with jazz hands. Even the lighting wanted out. The sun hit her like it was staging an intervention. The breeze stiffened. Birds in the background sounded like they were muttering, "Not this again." Mother Nature herself looked ready to file a restraining order. Then came Megyn Kelly, armed with verbal napalm and a voice so dry it could spark a drought. She didn't review the dance. She launched a psychological autopsy. No mercy. Every smug spin, every delusional gaze, every discount athleisure piece was sliced apart with precision. Meghan didn't roll her eyes. She weaponized them. Meanwhile, Prince Harry looked like a man trapped in the world's worst interpretive theater flash mob, probably somewhere off-screen, begging the Wi-Fi gods to send a heart emoji and a distraction. He's living in a sequel no one asked for. Escape from the Montecito Matrix. The Meghan Markle brand, it's spiraled from royal rebel to cringe cult leader. What started as a fairy tale is now a slow-burn PR disaster with more plot twists than a daytime soap. And this viral dance debacle? It's the grand finale nobody wanted. a choreographed cry for help dressed up as empowerment, flapping in the wind like Meghan's dignity and her overpriced linen blouse.
Do you know what every working mother out there in America and the UK and beyond does when they're pregnant? Shut up. No one cares that you were pampered day and night and then you had to go out and be loved and adored by a bunch of people while you're... Shut the F up. We all go to work every day. It's very fucking hard. I don't feel sorry for you. You know, like I didn't have people bringing me my meals and rubbing my feet at the end of the day, as I guarantee you these two did. No one cares. Our sympathies aren't with you. They are with the women who work 2 or 3 jobs just to put food on the table, who have husbands who aren't present, who are already supporting kids, who are in shitty jobs so they're not going to get a vacation. I don't care. You know what she can't get.
There's bold, and then there's Meghan Markle launching herself into full-blown fantasy in $900 sneakers. That dance wasn't empowerment. It was a cry for help choreographed to delusion. Enter Megyn Kelly and Joe Rogan, the snark dream team. Megyn sliced through Meghan's performance with Shakespearean venom, while Joe's caveman-level confusion said more than words ever could. This wasn't a moment. It was a meltdown. Meghan dropped the video like it was gospel, but all it inspired was nationwide cringing and an unspoken agreement. Someone take her phone. And when Kelly and Rogan are united in mockery, that's not commentary, it's a cosmic intervention in podcast form.